All right. Welcome back to Just Carve Rob. What are we carving today, Rob? Well, I hear Aiden Fletcher. He's got a challenge going for Valentine's Day. You have to carve, paint, sculpt, whatever your medium is, something to do with Valentine's Day. Uh, don't know all the particulars. I think it was basically just started out as a challenge between Aiden Fletcher and Amy Joe, and then he opened it up to everybody. So if you're interested, carve something for Halloween and show it to Aiden Fletcher. That's all. That's all I can say about it. So let's go ahead and carve something. I'm gonna have to do the dreaded voiceover, because we're gonna have to use some power to get this done. All right. And here we go. Starting out with the Dremel 4000 with a flex shaft and the Cutsall Extreme Flame Burr. Cutsall Extreme Flame Burr. Gonna cut the little horns in. We're making a horned owl barn horn, whatever it is. Gray horned owl. Gray horned owl. Woo hoo! Give a hoot, don't pollute. Every time I see an owl, that's all I can think of. It's hootie. Give a hoot, don't pollute. Never be a dirty bird. Ba 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 ba. Yep, that Smokey the bear. But we're not carving a bear, we're carving an owl. A weird owl. Out of a piece of 1x1 basswood. 1x1 basswood. Digging in there with that Cutsall Flame Burr. Get them horns in deep. I think I cut the back of his head a little too flat, but oh well. Learn. Next time we'll leave it a little bit more pokey outy behind the head. But since I've never done this before, yeah, we'll see what it turns out like. Can't be that bad, right? Well, maybe it can be. I don't know. We'll see. We'll carve it. We'll see. Kind of lining in the eyes right there. Same thing there. Gonna give them some different type of eyes. So, yep, be prepared for that. This takes a lot longer than it looks. That's what I can say. Jordy Johnson over at Carving Fusion has taken up the challenge to carve a Valentine's Day thing for Aiden's thing, his challenge. I don't know if there's going to be prizes or any of that good stuff. I think it's just a challenge. Just a challenge for you to challenge yourself. That's what I think it is. Just a challenge. Around that beak, top of that beak over a little bit there. We'll get more into the beak in a minute. Switching over to the Diamond Flame Burr. I think I need a new Diamond Flame Burr. This one's kind of more varnishing than sanding. So I might have to get some ruby burrs, some ruby flame burrs. I usually get them at mountainwoodcarvers.com. If you're interested, not affiliated. That's just where I buy them at. You could try Treeline USA. They probably have them. Diamond burrs. Maybe I'll try them from Treeline this time. See if they're the same thing or if they're any better, or we'll see. We will see. This is a long video. I'm going to be chopping lots of it out for you, though. So you don't got to sit in the pain. You don't got to be in the pain. And there's our basic owl. Our basic owl head. Then we got to put in the wings and the tail and some other stuff. All right. Got that cuts off plain burr again. Extreme plain burr, that is. Digging in on both sides of the little beak. Beak. And a little undercutting up there. I don't know if the beak is in the right place, but that's where I'm putting it. Sand it over, bring it up to a little bit of a point, do a little undercutting there on the beak. A little more sanding. The shop inspector's over there moaning and groaning. We carved a hillbilly dude carrying a 300-pound golden heart for his sweetie. I did record some of that. Lost some of it, so it is what it is. Maybe I'll show you guys at the end what he came out looking like. And we're doing some more sanding. This ended up being a fun little project to do. A little owl on like a little stump with a little heart under it. Ended up being pretty fun. So we're going to get rid of some more of that heavy wood with the cuts off flame burr. And I'm going to start marking in where his head's going to be. Ends up, I should have probably made him shorter and fatter, but he's a tall, skinny owl. Tall, skinny owl. Hasn't been able to catch no mice, so he called himself a big old heart. Yep. Nice light touch with this cuts off flame burr. I remember watching a movie a while back. I believe the people were owls in it. And they kind of look like this. I don't remember what movie it was. It must have been a really bad sci-fi movie. Oh yes, Just Carved Rob loves the sci-fi movies. So yeah, it kind of reminded me of something like that, about that movie. Maybe it was about the Mothman. I don't remember. But yeah, I guess this guy could be a Mothman. More of an owl man. I don't know. I guess he came out okay. The more I look at him, the more I like him. So, believe me, if I didn't like him, I'd be changing him. I do it all the time. Create something you don't like. You don't have to leave it that way. I might come back to this thing in 6 months and say, man, I really don't like that. And go back and recarve something else. Right on it. I don't know. I'm digging him, though. I think he's all right. I think we need to carve a new stunt worm. I can't find stunt worm no place. I think him and Grumpy Jesse took off together. Stunt worm and Grumpy Jesse. If you guys been around my channel a while, you know who stunt worm is. He's a little worm guy with a crash helmet I made a while back. He used to swing around here, but haven't seen him in a while. Maybe him and Grumpy Jesse are hanging out, raising holy cane and chasing all the wild women in Canada. I don't know. He was a Canadian stunt one, by the way. Anyway, this little owl character came to life pretty quick. Only took about 3 hours of carving on and off to get him where he is today. I did shorten up the beak. I thought the beak was too long. I did that after the filming. It was sitting there with the Mod Podge on it, and I'm like, man, that beak just don't match. It's just way too long. So I went back and cleaned it up. Have a lot of unpainted characters laying around here right now that need to get painted. So there's always that. Matter of fact, I'm doing some cleanup on a guy while I'm doing this voiceover. Excuse me, a hiccup. While I'm doing this voiceover, I'm cleaning the guy up. Because you can sit around for hours after you think you're done with a carving. Like this guy don't have no hair yet. Just a little wizard guy. Jordy's over there at Carving Fusion's got me in the wizard carving mood because he's carving them great big wizards. And there ain't nothing I can do about it. We ain't got no cedar trees quite that big around here. So that is what it is. I just have to live with what I got. Change over some more, get a new burr in there. All right, so we've got that little tiny engraving burr. It's a high-speed steel, so make sure you turn down your RPMs if you got one of these. There, I zoomed in for you, showing me putting his talons in. The old talons. I'm only going to put 3 on. 3 talons on. And we'll give him a little tail in the back. Just little details, little details. Remember to share, subscribe, and like if you're liking what you're seeing on the channel. Go ahead and hit a subscribe for me. I appreciate it. They say it helps the algorithm. I don't know. I don't really keep track of that kind of stuff. I just do what I can do when I can do it. I've got that diamond burr in there, rounding the toes over a little bit. Getting that all cleaned up and leveled off for I want to get the Mod Podge on it. I'm going to wood burn it all. I think I show that too. Maybe I should cut that part out. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how this video rolls on here. Getting his wing feathered horns. Feathered horns. Those are actually feathers. They're not horns. On the gray barn owl. I'm just trying to get everything sanded down where I need it. Get that face taken off there because we don't need that part of it. Boy, is this chippy. Chip, chip, chipperoo. That front, the way the grain's running, I don't want to cooperate. So we're going to draw the heart in. And then we'll come back and cut that in. And we've got that Kutzall pencil burr, pointy burr, out of their new decal tail kit. There again, we don't know if the talk was that was only going to be a temporary thing. But I still don't know if we actually are keeping that. They're actually keeping that around as a standard unit now, or if it was just for Christmas. I can't, you know, I know it takes a lot of money to get tooling set up for different products. So maybe they were keeping it. Maybe not. I don't know. You'll have to check the Kutzall page out to see if they're going to keep it or not. I'm hoping they're going to keep it. It's fastly becoming some of my favorite birds to use. But I'm not doing the great big stuff like Ryan Cook and Jordy Johnson and those guys. I just do the little things, the little just carve rob things that can fit in your hand. I do have some bigger carvings that I did, but I just find it's very hard for me to use a chainsaw anymore. It makes me hurt too much. It was a lot of fun when I could do it. But now I find out if I use a chainsaw, then I'm sitting around for 2 days waiting for the old body to heal up and stop yelling at me. I'm sure some of you guys can relate to that. And it's just too doggone cold to even try starting a chainsaw out there. Holy mackerel. It's been a rough January. I can tell you that. Cold, cold, cold. The heating bills are showing it too. And there we go. I signed the bottom of it. So everybody knows when they see this bird come to their town to run away. Run away, run away. It's a Mothman owl thing. That's what I'm going with. Mothman owl thing. Yeah, we'll just go with owl thing. Just an owl thing. It's just an owl thing. Trying to talk and concentrate's hard for me. Now we're putting the wings in. Same burr. That little pointy cuts all pencil style burr. And believe me, there is no rhyme or reason to the way this wing pattern goes. I'm just roughing it in there, and then I figure it out later. Now you can plan yours a lot better than I planned mine. You can get the owl book and check out owl feathers and all that good stuff, but this little guy's only one by nothing, you know. I'm not going to try getting into the super high detailed owl feathers. I don't even know if I could carve them that small. I think we're going to get into doing some nice, easy beginner stuff with some big nose gnomes. I got some ideas for those guys. I want to make some bigger ones to put on top of walking sticks. Big nose gnomes. So that may be one of our next projects. Is a 2x2 by, I'm going to see if I got any 6-inch, but I think I got 4-inch basswood. So we can do some big nose gnomes, beginner style big nose gnomes. And we'll run it with that. We'll see how that does. And then we've got a couple walking sticks I want to carve. We'll have to see how that all plays out here in the near future. I've got the sticks. Just got to figure out what to put on them. Any suggestions what kind of walking stick we should carve? Leave it in the comments section. I appreciate it. I've already got a walking stick with a gnome, but I got to finish the rest of the stick. So what do you think we should put on that stick? It's a gnome walking stick. Got a yelling gnome on top of it. And I just don't know what else to put on it. I was thinking some mushrooms, maybe. I don't know. What do you guys think I should put on it? More gnomes? I have to look up the little more gnome mythology to find out. You know, I could put some mushroom houses on it and stuff like that. But I'd like to, I don't know. That's why I'm asking for your help. I don't know. Please, mister, please. Somebody help me out. I could put nature things on it, like maybe some little birds or something like that. I don't know. What do you guys think? I just don't know. You know, when you start losing, you start doing too many of these guys, and you start the process of, what can I do that I haven't done before? I know I've done quite a few gnomes, but it's like I tell Jordy with wood spirits, they're fun. They're fun to do. I like doing them. So I'm going to keep doing them. If that's what helps me get through today is carving some gnomes, I'm going to carve some gnomes. You know, you get them really stressful days. Taking it out on a block of wood, just carving little gnome heads, little gnome figures, helps me deal with it. So that and Santa Clauses. I love carving me some Santa Clauses. So maybe we'll get some of them going too. Maybe we need to do a Santa Claus walking stick. Get it ready for next Christmas. Next Christmas, I'll have it down at the flea market, walking around with it in the middle of July. Christmas in July, yep. But right now we're doing Valentine's Day. Got the Aiden Fletcher Valentine's Day challenge going on. I think it's just a challenge to challenge yourself. You'd have to go over and check out Aiden's page or Amy Jo. Ask her, say, hey, Amy Jo, stop looking for Bigfoot and the aliens and let me know what the deal is with this carving challenge going on here. And we're getting that wood burning done. Sorry I went off topic of the owl, but how much more can I say about the owl? Is he the best owl in the world? Probably not. But he's the only owl I got. Do a little brass brush polishing.